Now that we've created a few basic charts, I want to show you another chart, and this is going to be the scatter plot or the scatter chart. To create this, we're going to head up to the menus again, and we're going to go ahead and click on Chart Design. Next, we can go ahead and select the Change Chart Type button here, and then we're going to select that XY scatter, and then we're going to pick the scatter plot here. Next, we'll go ahead and we'll look down at this chart, and what we see here is a bunch of different dots, and each one of those dots represents a category of purchases. Looking at this chart a little bit more closely and more like a data analyst, we see these clusters of some of the dots. The first thing that we end up seeing here is that most of these dots are below the $50 mark. And then if we're looking for a second takeaway, we can see that the majority of these purchases are happening at more recent dates. So those two things are some really nice things that you can pick apart when you're using the scatter plot, because it helps you to see these clusters or pockets of data, and it's something that you just can't see when you're looking at those bar charts. This gives us a lot more perspective of what might be happening or what some of the purchase behavior is from some of the customers that we're working with. Now, the other thing that you'll see when you're looking at this is you'll see some dots that are not necessarily part of some of those clusters that we're looking at, and those are considered to be outliers. So with this scatter plot in mind and thinking about some of these outliers, I'd encourage you to think back to that lesson on quartiles and where the majority of data resides. This means thinking about things such as, if we're looking at the third quartile, where does 75% of these dots reside at? So that's it with our scatter plot. It's pretty easy to get started. And the next thing that I want to do is start working with some pivot tables, and then we'll come back and we'll revisit some additional charts in a few moments.